some people to get in here. But it's been a long time since I said this. It's been a very long time since I've said this, but we're gonna say it. While I'm sitting here chilling on the scooter. I'm on the scooter right now. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk boxing with thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's good, everyone? It's been a minute. It's been a long time. I think the last time, we were live briefly for the Trevor Bryan Stavern fight. I don't really count that. So it's really been since January 2nd since I've been live, and I just wanted to say what's up to everyone. Intangible, what's good, champ? How do I look, by the way? Because I'm outside. I'm not sure how my internet is, but let me know if I'm clear or not. But we here, man. Just saying what's up. I'm actually going to there's a local fight card here on Saturday. Harold Calderon is fighting. I'm going to the weigh-ins today. I'm going to those weigh-ins today, so I'll probably have some stuff later on today. But I just, it's been a while. Been going through a lot of personal stuff, so that's why I haven't been on camera. So just wanted to say what's up to everybody. But I hope you're good. Intangible. Shout out to James Davis. What's good, champ? How you living? You good? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm on my scooter right now. It's funny. I got this unlimited plan for my phone to go live outside and stuff, and I never used it. So it's my first time doing it. I've had it for like a month. I never used it. So, but yeah. Lots been going on in the boxing world. I know I've missed quite a lot. I know Brian Castano became champion. He beat Teixeira. Last night there were some fights on Showbox. It was Figueroa. The guy Figueroa won. Canelo's fighting next week. They're having the Canelo fight here in Miami next week. I'm going. Well, I wanted to go to it, but Matchroom Boxing said, "Nah, BT, you can't cover it. You can't cover it, BT. Your channel's not big enough for Canelo." So I got denied, but it's all good. We keep moving forward. Shout out to my man Michael 3232. He says, "What's your Oscar Valdez versus Miguel Perchelt prediction, man?" I might need to calm down on those predictions, champ. I was pretty gassed about the Angelo Leo Fulton fight, and I got that one pretty wrong, because I might have to retire on the predictions for the year. But I would say I'll go Perchelt. I like Perchelt a little bit more. I think Valdez's defense is a bit too leaky. Eddie Reynoso and the Canelo's team, they've tried to make him a more refined fighter. But I just think he is what he is. Perchelt's a stronger, sturdier fighter at 130. Perchelt's a more, in my opinion, at least the better offensive fighter of the two. And I think this fight will be about offense. It won't be about defense. It'll be about offense. You'll see two fighters trying to exchange with each other and hurt each other and throw those grown man punches we talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Perchelt. I don't know if he's gonna stop Valdez, because Valdez is pretty damn durable. But F it, why not? Go bold. I'll go with a Perchelt late round stoppage. We'll go with the 10th round, the first round of the championship rounds. But shout out to everybody, man. It's been a long time. Way too damn long, to be honest. It's been so long since I've been on camera that I actually feel weird being in front of camera right now. I'll be honest with you. But BC says, "How you been, champ?" I've been hanging in there, man. It's been an interesting couple of months. I've been a bit down recently. I think ever since Christmas, I've been kind of depressed just about life. But you know what? We good. I'm here. God's brought me through my tough time, and I'm here, man. I'm just taking some time to talk to everybody. Just because, like, with me, I'm someone who's very much like, I like being by myself, and sometimes that's not a good thing. Sometimes I go into isolation and I don't talk to nobody for a while. So we here, man. We got Jesus M. What's good, champ? Did you watch Showtime Boxing last night? Thoughts on the Boa Chica good prospect? I watched it. Like I had the TV on in the background, but I wasn't really like paying attention to it, so I can't really tell you much. Like I had it on in the background, but I was on my phone, to be honest with you. So I can't really give you an opinion. LR, what's good, champ? He says it's the unbreakable, the unshakable, the untamable, the untouchable True School Sports. That's what's up. That's right, champ. We here, man. We can bend, but we don't break. That's what it is, man. You know, peaks and valleys. What I will tell everybody is, as far as stuff with the channel, you know, in March I'm going out of town quite a bit. I'm going to March 13th. I'll be in Dallas for the Roman Gonzalez versus Quadras rematch, so I'll be there for that. And then March 20th, I'll be there for the Virgil Ortiz Maurice Hooker card, with Sinisa Estrada fighting on the undercard. So I'm gonna have a fun March. Kane and Lawrence, what's good, champ? How you living? Good. Shout out to my brother Kane and Lawrence, my friend Kane and Lawrence, one of my former sparring partners, Kane and Lawrence, my guy. What's good, champ? How you doing? Good to see you in a mentally content mood, man. Yeah, man. It's been, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've been, to put it bluntly, I've been a bit fucked up mentally recently. To be honest with you, just having some mental problems, family problems, but we here, you know. Everybody always sees me when I'm like going to these fights and I'm having a good time and things like that, but they don't know that I'm actually a person with actual real life problems. So we're good. Well, you know, it's been tough, but we're good right now, and God willing will be good for as long as I'm living, you know. Usyk versus Joyce was ordered by the WBO. I seen that. Yeah, I seen it. I think it's good. I mean, I'm not sure. Does that mean that Joshua and Fury get to fight for undisputed? So, because if that's the case, then I'm all right with that. As long as we see the undisputed fight. Oh, another thing that I saw that I wanted to touch on was I saw Deontay Wilder. You know, because sometimes like when I don't make videos for a while, people will start sending me stuff like on Instagram and Facebook. So some people were sending me the Wilder's interview that he did recently, and I saw that Deontay Wilder, they said, Deontay, list your top 3 favorite knockouts. And he's like, okay, I'll give my top 3 favorite knockouts. And he said Spilka, he said Stavern 2, and he said Tyson Fury in the first fight. So he's lost the plot, Deontay, man. He lost the plot. He out here saying he knocked out Fury in the first fight. And you know, another thing I wanted to touch on that I haven't had a chance to put a video out on is the whole Mark Breland situation. You know, I'm glad Mark Breland came out and said what we already knew, what most people assumed, and that's that, you know, Wilder, that he seemed to be an untrainable fighter. You know, we had heard people in the boxing world say that Deontay Wilder pretty much runs his camp and nobody tells him what to do, and Breland broke his silence on that. And listen, I trust Mark Breland. His reputation, boxing's a small world. You know, everybody knows someone, and even if you don't know a particular person in the boxing world, you can find someone who knows that person. And if their reputation isn't very good, then you'll find out about it quickly in boxing. And with Breland, I trust reputation. You know, I think with what's happened with him and Wilder has been bad for Wilder. You know, and Wilder soiled his reputation badly over the last year. Okay. Brandon White, salute BT. Hope everything is well with you, bro. What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, champ. Everything's good. Everything's good, bro. I'm actually just I'm taking this time to talk to you guys because I haven't been live, and I just been in my own little world. I'm going to a weigh-in later. There's a weigh-in, or not weigh-in, a press conference for a card here in Miami. We got Harold Calderon fighting for the IBO welterweight title. It's the first ever Signature Punch Promotions card, so I'm going to that. I'll be covering the fight on Saturday. Pops, I was just talking to Pops. Pops more than likely is going to be going live solo for Burchell versus Valdez. So you guys be a Pops on Saturday. Alapal, where you been? I thought you was going to tune in last night for the Showtime fights. I mean, I watched them, but I didn't go live for them. As far as where I've been, I was just talking about it earlier, man. I've been going through like a serious case of depression, like some serious mental health problems. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm not even gonna cap. I'm not even gonna sit here and say like everything's been good. I haven't been good. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm here. Just gonna get back on the grind covering boxing because believe it or not, guys, like, you know how fighters say boxing has saved their life? Like, well, covering the sport of boxing really saves mine because when I'm not covering boxing, I'm just in my own little world. I just sit around not doing a whole lot, and I don't really talk to many people. So it's good that I'm covering boxing because I talk to people and I'm not in isolation. Because I'm someone that does enjoy his isolation. But if you guys got any boxing questions, I know there's a lot I've missed. So if there's anything you guys got, drop them in the comments. Because I'll be here for like 20 or 30 more minutes, and then I gotta go drive down to Miami. Another thing I wanted to touch on that I thought was interesting. I was reading that Lomachenko, they're talking about Lomachenko and his next fight being for being against Nakatani, and that would be just an exceptional crossroads fight. I love that fight for a lot of reasons. You know, I think Nakatani has earned the fight. I think Nakatani has earned the right to Nakatani has earned the right to get a Lomachenko fight. You know, and Nakatani's been, you know, he just beat Verdejo. He gave, in my humble opinion, he gave Lopez the toughest fight of his career. And then Lomachenko, he's a guy that is very much trying to get back in the thick of things. And, you know, Nakatani has had a good show. Since we in America and the boxing world has found out about Nakatani, he's always had good showings. He fought well against Teofimo. He beat Verdejo. He showed a lot of toughness in that fight. So, you know, it's just been an amazing 2 fights for Nakatani. And I think for him, if he can go in there and beat Lomachenko, I mean, this guy to me would have to. He will definitely have earned a Teofimo rematch in my opinion. So I love that fight. Brandon White says mental health is serious, and some people think it's a joke. You know what's funny, Brandon? I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I used to be one of those people, like when I would hear NBA players, like these millionaire athletes, they would say they have mental health problems and whatnot. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to kind of make fun of them. But now I understand. I understand depression. I understand anxiety. I know those things very well. So I'm trying to, as much as possible, you know, stay close to God. You know, stay close to God and make sure that my relationship with Him is on point above all things. And continue covering the sport of boxing because it gets me out the house, it gets me around people, and it gets me out of isolation. So, you know, that's where I'm at. We're here for you, B. Stay true to yourself as always. Absolutely, Channel, and that's definitely what we're gonna do. That's definitely what we're gonna do. Hal the Palace says, I just drink to numb myself. Yeah, I can't do that, champ. I'm not much of an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm much too broke to be an alcoholic, man. See, what else going on in boxing? We got Clarissa Shields is fighting. She's fighting that Duclair chick. She's been training here in Hollywood, but I haven't had a chance to go see her. But she's been in my area training. So you got Clarissa Shields. You got Troy Graham. What's good, champ? He says, "Bless up, sir. Where are you?" I'm snowed in Baltimore. I'm in the mean streets of North Miami. I don't know if you guys can see. Like, look. So like we're at my apartment complex right now. We got like a little, I guess, lake or creek thing. You know, so I come out here sometimes and I just stare at the water and I relax. I just relax and look at the water and just calm myself down because life be getting sometimes. But yeah, shout out to you, Troy. God bless you. Alapal, and we're locked down in Houston because of the. Yeah, man, I'm going to Texas in like 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm very iffy about it, man. I know it's cold, and you know I'm a South Florida kid, so anything 75 degrees or below is like you might as well just throw me in an igloo. What are your thoughts on Florian Marcoux versus Ryan Charlton? Well, as far as that fight, I know there's been a lot of Did it happen already? I think it's happening this weekend. Florian Marcoux versus Charlton. I know they've been jawing with each other back and forth. Florian Marcoux coming off that fight where with the last, I don't remember the guy's name, but he fought that one guy like in December, and he won the fight clearly, but they robbed him and they gave him a draw. So I know he's going there to looking to prove a point. I know Charlton, for him, this is like a bit of a step up fight for him. So you know, it should be a good fight. Clarissa Shields is one of my favorite fighters. She's a hell of a fighter, Troy. You know, I had a chance to watch her spar like 5 years ago before she was even a professional fighter. I saw her spar in Miami in person. Like, I'm gonna say it was like 2 months or a month before her professional debut, and she's an exceptionally skilled fighter. You know, the way she places her punches, the footwork, the stamina, just everything going on. You just everything she brings to the table with her skill set, her footwork, her balance, her punch placement. She's a damn good fighter. You know, shout out to Clarissa Shields. You better buy a horse if you are going to Texas. Driving is very hazardous right now. Well, I'm not going to Texas for like another two weeks or so. I'll be going. I don't know yet, but I'm anticipating that I'll be going to Texas somewhere around like March 8th, March 9th, March 10th. Because I'm going there for the Chalatita versus Estrada fight, and then I'll be staying there for the Sinisa Estrada fight the following weekend. That's what's up, bro. Lots of people got damaged. Me just lights on and off for 3 days. Yeah, I was hearing in Texas that they were turning people's lights off like without just for no reason. And I heard it's crazy over there right now because I got family in Texas and I got a lot of friends in Texas. So I heard it's been very wild over there. You know, I'm blessed to live where I live. You know, hold on, put that camera over. I mean, I'm blessed to live where I live. You know, I don't live in the ghetto, but I live close enough to the ghetto. But I live in an okay area. And most importantly, in South Florida, it's sunny outside, so we get blessed weather here. Fabisi says, looking forward to 2021. Might see unifications at 118 and 168, along with Cholatito and Estrada, Fury, and Joshua. Yeah, man. I mean, look, for me, I know we got Canelo fighting next weekend, and that's literally like Canelo's fighting 15 minutes from where I live here in Miami. And, you know, I can't go to the fight because, number one, I can't afford a ticket to go to the fight. And two, I got denied for a press pass. So I'm going to watch the fight. I'll go live for it. But for me, boxing don't really start till March 13th when we see Cholatito versus Estrada. That's when boxing truly starts the year off, because we had the Ryan Garcia fight on the 2nd. There was a very big lull of, you know, in between that fight, and I think it was the next fight that was Angelia versus Fulton. So my main man, Ronald Finkley, what's good, champ? Good to see you in the comments, man. Good to see everybody in the comments, man. Do you like? It's funny you mentioned that. I didn't know that fight was going on, but Chudinov versus Chilemba. For the stage of their career that both guys are at, I think it's a solid fight. If I had to pick off rip, if Chilemba's got anything left, I'll lean with. I'll go with Chilemba. He always puts up good performances against the elite guys, so I'll go with him. See what else is going on in boxing. We had oh yeah, I saw Mini Max asked in the comments. By the way, shout out to Mini Max. He was saying that North Miami is nice as hell. It depends, Mini Max. It depends, Mini Max, what part of North Miami you went to. Like, there are some nice parts of North Miami, like on North Miami Boulevard. It's pretty nice. I don't live on North Miami Boulevard. I live in North Miami, but I live a little bit more closer to Opelika, so it ain't as cool. It ain't as nice where I live, to be honest with you. But as far as Shawn Porter versus Terence Crawford, listen, I had to hear from you idiots out there, and I'm sorry, but I'm getting back to how I was before. I had to hear from many of you buffoons out there that had the audacity to get in my comments and start pressing your fingers and saying that Terence Crawford was ducking Shawn Porter. Are you serious? Terence Crawford. You know, Terence Crawford never ducks anybody. Terence Crawford has fought fighters with every kind of style. He's beat the boxers. He's beat the sluggers. He's beat all kinds of different types of styles. And y'all had the audacity to fix your lips and say he was ducking Shawn Porter. The same Shawn Porter, and I love Shawn Porter. Great person, friend of the channel, love Shawn Porter. But this is the same Shawn Porter that when Terence Crawford had a belt, we never heard Shawn Porter call out Terence Crawford. So it's not a surprise to me that Shawn Porter turned down a $2 million offer. It's not a surprise. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody with common sense and rational thinking that he turned the offer down, because we know what PBC fighters, these guys, they need a retirement plan if they're gonna fight somebody outside the PBC. That's just how it works. Shout out to my main man, Johnny Boy's Fight Palace. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. God bless you, my friend. He says it's good to see you back, brother. I'm jealous of that Florida sunshine. Freezing in Wisconsin. Ha ha ha. Much love up from the north. Yeah, man. Make sure you bundle up, get your layers, get your hot chocolate, drink your tea, champ, because, you know, I haven't lived up north in quite some time, but I know what it's like up there, and it's very difficult. So hopefully you're okay and you're taking care of yourself, and I want to just tell, before I move on to the next point, I want to just tell all 16 people watching to please take care of yourself, take care of your mental well-being. Because I've been going through it for the last month and a half with family problems. You know, if you got any grudges against people, let them go. If you got any anger towards people, let them go. If you're bitter about something, let it go, because it will affect you. And I've learned the hard way. So, you know, just take care of yourself. Make sure you exercise. Make sure you're eating good, sleeping good, and just take care of yourself, because you don't want to be in this sunken place. Porter is not, by the way, shout out to Regular Militant. I see you, champ. Fabrice says, Porter is not an easy fight for anyone, but Crawford's a special talent. Exactly. And that's the mindset I'm of. Sean Porter, damn good fighter, top contender. You know, one of boxing's true warriors. Deserves all the credit, deserves all the his proverbial flowers. He deserves everything as far as, you know, he deserves everything as far as respect is concerned. But when we talk about Terence Crawford, we're talking about generational type of fighter, you know, creme de la creme, top of the top, you know, one of the best fighters there is out there. And if that fight ever does happen, if Sean Porter ever, you know, stops ducking Terence Crawford, you know, Terence Crawford will become the first guy to stop him unless somebody else does it before him. This is the second offer. I'm saying that the first, correct me, I believe it was 1.5. Now they up it to 2. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not a mind reader, but I know how PBC works. They're probably going to want, Porter's team probably wants somewhere upwards of $3 million to $4 million to fight Terence Crawford. And that might not even be enough. That might not even be enough, to be honest with you. It's Toby Bartlett. What's good, champ? Good to see you in the comments. Hope you're well. He says, salute to... Absolutely. There you go, Red Glove. Forgive Johnny. He says, if I did anything to make you think we ain't cool, I apologize. You always show me nothing but love. There you go. True school sports where everybody forgives one another. Read some books. Battlefield of the Mind. It helped me out a lot. I'm going to check that out. Battlefield of the Mind. I'm going to check that out. Thank you for that. Davidian Simmons. What's good, champ? He says, hey, God bless y'all. Great content. Absolutely, man. Trying to get back in the swing of things, man, because I've been off the radar, just dealing with stuff. But you know, we here, man. We here. You know, I might bend. I might take my little breaks here and there, but I'll never leave the sport of boxing. I'll never leave the channel. You know, God's gonna finish the work He starts. You know what I'm saying? So we here, man. What else coming up? What else is coming up? Crawford would probably be best served going over to PBC. Only way he's gonna get the big fights at 147. Yeah, I mean, I think, truthfully speaking, unless Bob Arum is prepared to give an arm and a leg, I mean, I think that's where they're at. I think that's where they got to go. He's gonna have to go the PBC route. If I were Terence at this stage of my career, I would just sign a one fight deal. Just sign one fight deals with PBC. Sign one fight deals that give you some wiggle room, and fight these guys one by one. That way you don't feel like you're gonna be screwed by PBC by getting locked into a contract with them, because that happens to a lot of fighters. So that's what I would do. You know, Terence Crawford's got a good manager. I believe his manager is Cameron Duncan, one of the best in the business. So Cameron Duncan, Terence Crawford, you know, all parties involved. Look out for Bud, but get him those fights by any means necessary. Because I want to see these fights, man. I'm sick of people using what's been going on with Spence to devalue and diminish who Terence Crawford is as a fighter. That's ridiculous. Terence Crawford is one of the best fighters this sport has seen in the last 10 to 15 years. Red Glove says, BT, always got to take care of your personal affairs first. We understand. Absolutely, champ. And that's what I've been doing, man. I've just been trying, honestly, tell you the truth, I just been trying to survive each and every day, you know, because it's been that bad recently. It has been that bad. So I just been taking it one day at a time to try to take care of my mental and my spiritual health and get closer to God. And you know, boxing hasn't really been my number one priority. My number one priority has been my mental well-being, to be honest with you. But we're here. You know, I'm doing the things that really, honestly, it's funny because sometimes I go through these periods where I'm like, man, truthfully speaking, I'm like, man, fuck boxing. But then I realize, well, no, boxing's what keeps me sane, believe it or not. Boxing is what keeps me sane. Training and covering it, because most of my friends, all of my friends really, the majority of my friends have something to do with boxing. So once I withdraw from boxing, I'm pretty much withdrawing from the world. This is how that's just how my life's set up. Absolutely, Toby. Much love to you and the whole of the UK, from West Brom to Liverpool to Manchester to London. You know, I got mad love for the UK. Ricky Torres, shout out to you. He says, true school. Fanon now thinks Mark Breland spiked the water, despite bullfighters came clean on the test. But look, hey, shout out to brother Fanon and all the brothers over there at the LDBC. You know, there's a lot of negative things I could say towards those guys, and it'd be very easy to do, but they're entitled to their opinions. You know, that's what makes America, you know, one of the best countries in the world, in my humble opinion, you know, the best country in the world. We can't change someone's mind. You know, sometimes the problem with a lot of people on YouTube is the fact that people are set in their ways, and even if they're presented the truth, they won't change because they have their narratives. They have their narratives. You know what I'm saying? They have their narratives. They have what they believe to be true, and nothing's gonna change it. So Fanon can keep doing that. You know, keep saying what he's gotta say. You know, I'm sure people will super chat because, you know, hatred sells, negativity sells. But I'm gonna keep doing me. He can do him, I'm gonna do me. Shout out to Fanon. Those channels ain't worth recognition. They're the Infowars of boxing, and would believe Wilder if he said Fury did 9/11. Hey. Don't go. Hey, leave my man Alex Jones alone. Leave him alone, man. Leave my man alone. Alex Jones is crazy, but he said the Infowars of boxing. I like that. Hey, True School. I like your knowledge on boxing overall. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm going live for this fight and that fight, because I hate when I tell you guys that and then I don't do it. So I'm just talking to you guys right now. That's what it is. I'm here right now. What else is going on in boxing? There's a lot of stuff. I saw Manny Pacquiao came out recently, and he said that he wants to fight Terence Crawford. He said he wants to fight Terence Crawford, but he wants $40 million to fight Terence Crawford. You know what I say? Now look, people might say Manny Pacquiao's pricing himself out, and he might be pricing himself out. But you know what? If Manny Pacquiao wants $40 million, give him his $40 million. He's Manny Pacquiao. And people are saying, well, $10 million is too low for Terence Crawford. And my thing is it? I mean, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go on my phone or computer and look at what Terence Crawford's career high purse is, but I'm more than sure that $10 million would be his career high purse. There's no way it wouldn't be. So my thing is this: you're getting compensated great. You're getting compensated great. You're fighting a guy that could really move your career forward. You know, some people would even say that you're fighting the best welterweight in the world, depending on who you talk to. And what more could you ask for? You know, so if they can get Manny his money and they can get Terence his money and they can present a good contract with somewhat fair terms, there's no reason that fight shouldn't happen. Because we know Sean Porter's not gonna fight Terence Crawford because he don't want no smoke. Will you be at the Canelo fight? No, I won't. I applied for a press pass. They said no, and I'm not gonna spend $175 to watch Canelo. I don't like Canelo like that. Hyro, what's good, champ? Shout out to my man Hyro. You got mad love for Hyro. One of my good friends here. He says the real champ has returned. I'm all in for Big Mel. Hashtag trying to avoid the politics. I missed the live streams. Johnny Boy's Fight Palace comes in for the clutch, breaking down fights. Yes, shout out to Johnny Boy's Fight Palace. Yeah, man, I miss these streams too. You know, one thing you guys don't know is I got that unlimited plan for my phone now, so I could just do these lives when I'm out and about, and like like right now I'm on the scooter. I'm on the scooter right now, just sitting on my scooter, charging my phone, talking to you guys. But I can just do these lives when I'm out and about, so it's probably better this way, to be honest. But yeah, shout out to Hyro. Jared Anderson versus a top 20 boxer. Jared Anderson, man, I like Jared Anderson. Funny enough is I've been missing. I haven't watched a ton of recently. I missed a lot of these cards recently. But one of the only fights that I made sure to watch was Jared Anderson. I got a chance to watch his entire fight against Kingsley eBay. I think that's how you pronounce his name. and he looks sensational. I mean, we saw Jared Anderson blocking shots. We saw Jared Anderson placing his punches, throwing those grown man punches. Just been amazing, really. It's just been amazing watching his development. I love to see him in there with the top 20 boxer. I saw recently that he called out Jalalov, I think he's Eastern European or Central Asian, the heavyweight prospect Jalalov. That'd be a good fight for Jared Anderson if they can get it done. You know, him against any top 20 fighter would be good. Maybe he could fight. Maybe Jared Anderson could fight the winner of Dominic Breazeale versus Otto Wallin. I think that'd be a good fight. If we live in a perfect world, I would love to see him fight the winner of that fight. I like what Red Glove Militant said. He said just listen to some D1 and keep doing you. You know what? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that. Listen to some D1. I haven't listened to D1 in a minute. It's a great rapper. What's your thoughts on Jaron Ennis? Jaron Ennis, a hell of a fighter. Got every skill under the sun, Jaron Ennis. You know, I think he's got what it takes to go all the way and be not just a good champion, but a great champion in boxing. But I want to see him. I want to see him in there with somebody soon. You know, I want to see him in there with somebody who can put some pressure on him, maybe land some hard shots on him, because I want to see what his durability is like. You know, it's one thing to look skillful and classy, and you can switch hit, and you got power, and you got all these skills. It's one thing to look superior to all these inferior fighters. But what's going to happen when somebody puts you in an uncomfortable position and you got to take a little bit of a beating? You know, I want to see if Ennis can take a beating. I want to see if Ennis is durable. You know, these are the questions I want answered. So I want to see him in there with an opponent that could hopefully put him in that position. But that's obviously easier said than done, because Jaron Ennis is a very talented fighter, and he's going to make a lot of welterweights look foolish. But great fighter, great talent, has the potential, if he puts it all together, to be a great fighter. But I like Jared Anderson a lot. I was talking to my good buddy on Instagram recently, my light heavyweight prospect, Steve Gaffard. Shout out to Steve Gaffard. You know, very talented fighter, one of the best amateurs the country of America has produced in the last 20 years. Me and him talk about boxing a lot. And he was telling me he thinks Jared Anderson reminds him of Riddick Bowe. And I was telling him I don't know if he reminds me of Riddick Bowe, but they're about the same height, same kind of dimensions. I think maybe Riddick Bowe was or Jared Anderson's a bit more round and plump than Bowe. Shout out to my main man in the comments, Javier Frazier. Everybody give your respects to Javier Frazier. Javier is a very tough fighter. You know, fought the likes of Money Powell. He fought David Estrada. You know, been in the, you know, really tough, respectable journeyman fighter. But I respect the hell out of him. Javier gets in there with anybody, you know. Javier gets in there with anybody. So I respect guys like Javier, because without guys like him, the sport wouldn't exist. You know, and I hope you're doing well, Javier. Hope everything's going good for you, champ. Shakur posted a picture of him landing an uppercut on Emiliano Vargas. Now all the brothers are calling Shakur out. Is this legit? I heard about that. I don't know too much about it, but it'd be a good fight. It would be a good fight for the future. Anderson has the same likeness of Bowe. Yeah, he does. I don't think. I don't know. I gotta watch him. I've watched like 4 or 5 of his fights, but it's just hard for me to compare anybody to Riddick Bowe, because I rate Riddick Bowe so highly. Like, you guys gotta understand, Riddick Bowe, to me, he's like the most, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion. All right, so don't kill the messenger. But like, I think Riddick Bowe is the most talented heavyweight of all time. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he had the most natural ability. He had in terms of his jab, his right hand, his left hook, his ability to fight on the inside, his ability to slug it out with you. To me, there wasn't a thing he couldn't do. And boxing to him came naturally. So for me to compare anybody to Riddick Bowe it's difficult. And on top of that, he had charisma and he had personality, which, no disrespect to Jared Anderson, he don't have the charisma of a Riddick Bowe, in my opinion. Red Glove Do you want a rapper? I thought you meant for BT to listen to D Jefferson, #1 boxing channel. You keep doing you. Nah. Hey, respect to D Jefferson, man. I like him. Good channel. Ali was the most talented heavyweight. I don't think he was. To be honest with you, I don't think he was. He was one of the most talented. I don't think he was. I hope also been watching you doing well, bro. I respect to you. I appreciate your work. How's your pops? Pops as well. And staying busy, and you know, that's what it is, man. I mean, for me personally, I have been the best, but you know, we keep punching, champ. We keep moving forward. You know, if it's for us, who could be against us? So that's where I'm at right now. But pops as well. Family's good. I'm actually going to a local fight card. What time is it now? It's 1:08 now. So it's 1:08 now here in South Florida. So I'm about to get on the road here in about 20 minutes or so and go see Harold Calderon and all local fighters on this card. February 20th, Saturday, at the DoubleTree Hilton in Miami. I'll be there. Any of you guys that are here in South Florida, if you're gonna get that fight, let me know. Say what's up. It happened the last time when Lennox and Holyfield unified. I'm okay. It's for a minute because everyone knows who the undisputed champ is. Yeah, man. What do you think of Michael Coffey? I don't have an opinion on Michael Coffey because I haven't watched Michael Coffey. I've heard great things about him, but I'm not gonna even bullshit you. I haven't watched Michael Coffey. Anderson doesn't fight like a heavyweight. He doesn't. So in that respect, he is kind of like Riddick Bowe. I mean, I don't know if Jared Anderson had like a growth spirit when he got older, but I know with Riddick Bowe as an amateur, when Riddick Bowe hit the first Golden Gloves Riddick Bowe ever won at amateur was at, I think it was either middleweight or light heavyweight. So he was a smaller amateur, but he took those skills that the smaller fighters have all the way up to heavyweight. And that's why you saw Riddick Bowe become such a masterful inside fighter. And it might be the same thing with Jared Anderson. He might have had a growth spurt later on in his life. BT, I watched a couple of old Bowe fights a while back and forgot how good he was. I mean, he was the truth. Listen to me, and I posted this on Instagram recently, and people thought I was crazy. I posted a picture of Riddick Bowe from these boxing magazines that I just bought recently, and I posted a picture. And I basically said, look, this version of Riddick Bowe, 1992 Riddick Bowe, the guy that fought Holyfield, there's no way that, in my opinion, I don't think that guy would have lost to anybody in heavyweight history. I mean, obviously it's heavyweight boxing. There's always that one punch. Anybody can be beat. But to me, 1992 Riddick Bowe was the best heavyweight that ever lived, in my opinion. I know people are going to say the 88 Tyson, or the 86 Tyson that won the undisputed titles, he was best heavyweight. Some people might say Ali, you know, because we didn't even get to see how good Ali was in his prime because of his years off, for him standing up for his beliefs, not going to the war and having his boxing license banned. You know, some people might say Lennox Lewis. Everybody has their opinions, but my humble opinion is that 1992 Riddick Bowe, the one that field, isn't losing to anybody. What's your thoughts on Adrien Broner's return? I'm happy for Adrien Broner because he's had a lot of things going on in his life. You know, I mean, obviously the opponent he's fighting isn't going to be no killer, but I'm happy to see Adrien Broner back in the ring because whether you love him or hate him, boxing is always a bit more entertaining when Adrien Broner is active. So I'm hoping he can win. He can look sensational, create some demand for him to be involved in these big fights. And I want to see Adrien Broner doing his thing. You know, we criticize a lot of fighters in boxing for ducking fights and being divas. And Adrien Broner might be a clown. He might rub people the wrong way. But one thing you can never say about Adrien Broner is that you can't say he ducked a fight, and you can't say that he was never willing to fight the best. You know, he went out against Maidana when he could have continued fighting smaller guys. I'm happy for him. I'm just happy for him. I don't know who would have won that fight if it would have happened. 92, when they were supposed to fight in 92, picked Bowe. Because if you go back and you watch Lennox Lewis back around that time when he was supposed to fight Bowe in 92, like, just go watch Lennox Lewis when he fought Frank Bruno. And, like, he wasn't the Lennox Lewis that people think of when they think about Lennox Lewis. He was still very have that commanding jab that he developed later on. Manuel Stewart 1-2, like he did later on That guy was very beatable, and Frank Bruno was actually having his way with him early on in that fight. Luckily for him, he caught Bruno late with a good punch, and he was able to get him out of there. But I think in '92, if they would have fought, I think Riddick Bowe would have beat the brakes off of. If it would have happened in '96, when Bowe had been fluctuating up and down in weight, he was still very formidable, still a top heavyweight, but not what he was in '92. Then you probably might favor Lennox Lewis. But if I take the '96 Lennox Lewis and I put him up against the 1992 Riddick Bowe, I'm gonna go with the 1992 Riddick Bowe. I just don't think that guy will lose to anybody. I mean, look who he fought. Look who he beat. He beat undefeated. He beat undefeated Evander Holyfield. I mean, and this is an Evander Holyfield that had already gone through the ringer. He had beaten Dwight Muhammad Qawi at cruiserweight, Ricky Parkey at cruiserweight, Carlos De Leon at cruiserweight. That's not even counting what he did at heavyweight. Then he gets to heavyweight. He beats George Foreman. He beat I mean, people don't want to give him credit, but he beat Buster Douglas. He beat Burper. He had beaten like 7 or 8 top fighters before he even got to Riddick Bowe. So Evander Holyfield was as seasoned, as confident, and as talented of a fighter as anybody could fight in the history of boxing. And Riddick Bowe, I don't know how the hell Holyfield withstood the uppercut in the 10th round, but he did. Because any other heavyweight in that era who got hit with that shot is getting put on their ass. You're correct. The 96-98 Lennox Lewis was the best at that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. How you mute this thing? All right, I'm back. But yeah, I think not sitting